Happy Saturday. Just out and about getting things done today. It's move and shake day. When you got the family home, you got to get things done. I'm sure everyone that's adult parent understands that kind of lifestyle. So check this out. We need to stop occupying our time with this whole idea of like enemies or dissenters or haters or jealous people or whatever. And you just got to change your mindset about that stuff. You know, having hate in your heart and having animosity towards people in your heart is a huge time waster. You only have so much energy every day. And you know, this is coming from a person who spent a lot of time dwelling on how people were treating me, crying and complaining to friends, bickering, making myself look like a child, you know, just acting like an immature kid. For, you know, long periods of time, I was, you know, honestly, I was a crybaby about the way people were treating me, because I felt like, because if, you know, I treat people a certain way, they should treat me a certain way. You got to end the expectations. That's not the real world. The real world is you could treat people awesome and they may treat you like crap. The real world is no matter how nice you are, some people just are not going to like you. You know, that's just the way that it is. So don't spend your life trying to be a people pleaser. Don't spend your life trying to get along with people that you don't like or that don't like you. Move on. There's plenty of people out there who are going to like you for exactly who you are. You know, and like I said, you only have so much time in a day. You know, you look up and you're gossiping, you look up and you're talking about other people, and a half an hour, 45 minutes might have passed. How many pages could you have read in a book that's sitting on your bookshelf in that time? How many articles could you have read on a topic that could help you, you know, plan for your future better, plan your retirement, change careers, train, you know, influence your mind as far as, you know, the way that you parent your children, any of that stuff. I mean, any of those things can occupy a section of your day. Let's say we have a goals list. Let's say we're working off that goals list. Is part of your goal list, I'm gonna sit around on the phone and talk bad about other people and talk about how I've been treated so poorly and how I have all these enemies and these people that don't care about me? No, it's not. What happens is you may be one of the good people or the fortunate people or smart people that work off a goals list. Instead of knocking out the things on your goal list, you're gonna spend time like complaining about having enemies or complaining about why you don't get along with someone or how someone's treating you. Who cares? Most of the people that you're talking to about your problems, they don't care. And most of the people, if you keep talking to them about your problems, they may care in the beginning, but as they hear more, you're gonna look like a child, like I looked like when I was doing it. So, you know, let's get it straight. You know, we have to, you know, carry ourselves like adults. You know, you need to be having these kind of conversations with your kid, your middle school kid, explaining to them like, hey, this stuff doesn't matter. When you're a kid, you think this stuff does matter because that's your whole world, school and everything like that. But I mean, someone doesn't like you on your job, so what? Smile at that person, ignore them. You know, it's, you know, you're going to get more out of it. And you're going to get more self-empowerment from controlling your thoughts, controlling your mind, not letting someone, you know, manipulate you and put you in a negative mind state. You need to keep your mind state positive. We need to keep our mind state positive. We need to be thinking about fruitful, happy, progressive, improve other people's lives, improve our lives ideas. That's the kind of thing that our days need to consist of. If your days consist of drama and problems and issues and bickering, you could look up over the course of a month and you may have wasted an entire day's worth of time, depending on who you are. I've been there. You know, one full day, how much better would your life be if you spent one full day, 24 hours, only doing things that improve your life? Reading. How much more would your life improve if you spent 24 hours reading versus 24 hours gossiping or worrying about someone treating you bad? You know, because those people don't care about you. Those people aren't going to pay your bills. Those people aren't paying your bills. Those people aren't going to line you up with a new career. Those people aren't going to help you, find, a joy that you could, a joyous hobby that you could partake in, that you can meet other people that could influence your life and put you in a position to make millions or thousands of dollars. I mean, we don't know. These kind of things happen every day. But if you're spending your time, spinning your wheels, which is exactly what it is, because it's wasting time. You're spinning your wheels, worrying about some crazies. You're going to look up and you're going to be like right where you were, a month before or a year before, as far as like your productivity. It's a time waster. It's a productivity destroyer, and it's a mind destroyer. It's a toxic mindset to be in, and it also makes you look like you don't have control of your behavior. So it makes you look immature. It makes you look like you're not an adult. It makes it look like you're uncentered. Don't gossip. Don't talk about people that do you wrong. If you need somebody to talk to about your problems, go out and get a shrink. I wouldn't even talk to my friends about my problems. Who I talk to about my problems now, since I've learned? My partner. Outside of my partner, rarely pretty much no. I don't talk to anyone else about my problems other than my partner anymore. That's just the way it is. I figured out, that, other people got problems too. It ain't that I thought that my friends didn't want to hear it or whatever, or didn't care. It's just everybody's got problems. Everybody's got problems. Everybody has issues going on in their life. And I just didn't want to look like that person that didn't have my stuff together and didn't have control of my mind every day. And I just didn't want to look like that bickering child anymore, because that's what I feel like it made me look like. So, I'm humbly, putting forth, my mistakes on this video, and I'm not putting anyone down. I'm saying these are my ideas based on the stuff that I've been through and the stuff that I continue to see. I have people that do stuff to me. I have people that say things. I have people that act a certain way. You know what? I may say something to my partner about it. Oh, this person's not going to be in my life anymore, hun. It looks like another one bites the dust. Happy Saturday.